Good morning, children. Welcome back to your chemistry class. So we were talking about hydrocarbons, and today I'm going to talk about the preparation of alkanes. So the first method to prepare alkanes could be from the unsaturated hydrocarbons. Now, do you remember what are unsaturated hydrocarbons? They are the alkenes and the alkynes. So when hydrogen gas it is added to the alkenes and alkynes in the presence of finely divided catalysts, like for example platinum, palladium or nickel, then they form the alkanes. So look over here, CH2 double bond CH2, this is alkene. When treated with a dihydrogen, I can say, or hydrogen gas, what in the presence of platinum, palladium or nickel, then it is going to give us an alkane. Clear? Similarly, an alkyne when treated with dihydrogen gas in the presence of any of these catalysts, it is going to give us alkane. That is CH3, CH2, CH3. What is this? This is propane. Clear? What is this? What are these reactions termed as? These reactions, they are termed as hydrogenation. These reactions, that is the preparation of alkanes from unsaturated hydrocarbons in the presence of platinum, palladium or nickel, when dihydrogen gas is passed through these alkenes or alkynes, the reaction is termed as hydrogenation, right? And over here, platinum and palladium, they catalyze the reaction at room temperature. Followed? But the reaction in the presence of nickel catalyst at 523 Kelvin, the reaction will be then termed as, let me write down and then tell you, propene when treated with dihydrogen at what temperature I said? 523 to 573 Kelvin, okay, in the presence of nickel. So when nickel is heated to 523 to 573 Kelvin, then an alkene when treated with hydrogen gas, it is going to give us alkane. What is that? Again a propane. But this reaction is called as Sabatier-Senderen's reaction. Okay, what is this reaction termed as? This reaction is termed as Sabatier-Senderen's reaction. Okay, so first reaction is clear. Now coming to the second method, that is from alkyl halides. Okay, I hope you know what are alkyl halides. So alkyl halides except fluorides, remember, on reduction with zinc and dilute HCl, they always give alkanes. So your alkyl halide could be like CH3Cl. What is this? Methyl chloride. When treated with hydrogen in the presence of, what did I say? Reduction with zinc in the presence of any acid. Whenever we use the word acid, we write H plus or H3O plus, hydronium ion. Okay. Then we obtain an alkane, that is your methane, and HCl is formed. We can take another example like CH3, CH2, CH2, Cl. What is this? Propyl chloride. When reduced with hydrogen in the presence of zinc and the acid HCl, it is going to give us propane, that is CH3, CH2, CH3 plus HCl is given out. Okay. Now, certain alkyl halides on treating with sodium metal in dry ether, they give us a higher alkane. For example, C2H5Br. This is also an alkyl halide. This is when treated with sodium metal. Okay, 2 molecules of this ethyl bromide, that is C2H5. In the presence of dry ether, they will give us C2H5, C2H5. What is this? This is your butane plus 2 sodium bromide will be given out. If 2 different alkyl halides are used, a mixture of 3 alkanes will be formed over here. Got it? Next, the third kind of reaction, it is from carboxylic acids. So let us look at the first reaction under this heading from carboxylic acids. Decarboxylation of carboxylic acid can also give us alkanes. So decarboxylation of carboxylic acids. Okay, so let's take for example this when treated with NaOH in the presence of calcium oxide and it is heated. So what do we get? We get what is this? RH plus Na2CO3. Na2CO3. Clear? So let's take one example. Instead of R, let us take an alkyl group over here. So I take CH3COO Na plus NaOH in the presence of calcium oxide when heated. What it is going to give us? CH3H. What is this? CH4 plus Na2CO3 will be formed here. Now, what is the use of calcium oxide over here? It keeps this NaOH dry, right? As NaOH, it is your hygroscopic substance, and CaO also ensures complete decarboxylation of the acid. So what is the work of CaO over here? What did I say? It keeps NaOH dry. Why? Because this is hygroscopic. First point. Second point, it also helps to complete the decarboxylation of the acid. Also helps to complete decarboxylation reaction. Second reaction by Kolbe's electrolytic method. Okay, so over here if we take COONA and water under electrolysis, it is going to give us an alkane, okay, plus carbon dioxide because it is a carbonate here. So carbon dioxide plus NaOH plus hydrogen gas will be given out. Okay, is this reaction clear? This method is used for preparation of alkanes always containing even number of carbon atoms. Then the third one could be by reduction of alcohols and by aldehydes, right? So for example, over here, let's take methyl alcohol. When it is treated with HI in the presence of red phosphorus at temperature 423 Kelvin, then also it is going to give us an alkane plus water plus iodine gas will be given out. This was with the alcohol. Now let us see the reduction of aldehydes like CH3CHO, right? When treated with HI in the again presence of red phosphorus at what temperature? 423 Kelvin. So this is going to give us CH3CH3 plus H2O plus I2. Balance the equation. This is 4, this becomes 2. So aldehydes, ketones on reduction with amalgamated zinc and concentrated HCl, they always give alkanes, and such a reaction is termed as Clemenson's reduction, right? So I'm showing it to you over here. What did I say? Aldehydes and ketones. So firstly I'll do it with aldehydes when they are reduced with amalgamated zinc, that is ZnHg, with what did I say? Concentrated HCl. It is going to give us alkane. What is that alkane? Ethane plus water is given out. This was in terms of aldehyde. Now let us talk in terms of ketones like CH3COCH3. Okay, this is also reduced in the presence of amalgamated zinc and concentrated HCl. So what do we get over here? CH3, CH2, CH3. What is this? This is propane plus 2 molecules of water is given out. So what are these two reactions termed as? These reactions are termed as Clemenson reduction. What are they called as? Clemenson reduction. So now in class 11th you may be asked, give a reaction to show Clemenson reduction. So either of the reactions could be mentioned to explain this reaction. Next we come to from Grignard's reagent. Now you must be wondering, what is Grignard's reagent? So remember, Grignard's reagent is RMgX, where R is your alkyl group, magnesium, and this is any of your halogen. So the example could be like CH3MgBr. What did I say? R is your alkyl group, Mg and X is your halogen. So this will be your Grignard's reagent. Okay. I can use C2H5MgI. That is also your Grignard's reagent. So quickly let us do some reactions with Grignard's reagent. Like for example, C2H5MgBr, if I treat it with water. So water, if I write it down like this, HOH, okay, in the presence of acid, when I write H plus, what does it mean? In the presence of acid, what it is going to give us? C2H6, C2H6 plus what is left? Mg, this OH is left and Br. Clear? Now, another example that I can take over here could be, say, C2H5MgBr plus C2H5OH. Okay. Then what am I going to get? I will get C2H6 plus MgO C2H5Br. So what we have to know over here, these Grignard reagents, they are highly reactive. They are highly reactive reagents. Okay. And they also can give us alkanes. I hope this is clear to you. The last reaction, that is by Corey-House reaction. By Corey-House reaction. It is used for preparing symmetrical and unsymmetrical alkanes over here, right? So CH3, CH2Br, it is treated with lithium, right, in the presence of dry ether to form CH3, CH2Li plus LiBr is formed over here. CH3, CH2Li plus CuI, copper iodide, and give you CH3, CH2 whole twice CuLi plus LiH. Now what is the name of this particular compound? It is very important to understand. It is lithium diethyl copper. Okay, lithium diethyl copper. Clear? Then this lithium diethyl copper, when treated with CH3, CH2, CH2Br, it will give you N-pentane. That is CH3, CH2VH2, CH2, CH3. Right? This is going to form N-pentane, right? Plus CH3, CH2Cu plus lithium bromide. What is this? This is your ethyl copper. Okay, this is your ethyl lithium. Okay, this is your ethyl copper plus lithium bromide. So what did we study in Corey-House reaction? We took an alkyl bromide or ethyl bromide. When treated with lithium in the presence of dry ether, it gave us ethyl lithium and lithium bromide. This ethyl lithium, when treated with copper iodide, further gave us lithium diethyl copper, right, and lithium iodide. This lithium diethyl copper, when it was further treated with propyl bromide, it gave us N-pentane plus ethyl copper plus lithium bromide. So these were some of the methods of preparing alkanes. We do till here. Thank you.